This video will talk about parallel finishing. Once we've done a horizontal roughing on a part, we can then do a parallel finishing. It's very rare to do a parallel finishing without a roughing pass first. Places that you would do that, soft foams, or if it's like a bas relief where the whole cut itself may be 20 or 30 thousandths thick, sometimes you can go ahead and do a parallel finishing pass without roughing, but most of the time you're going to see a roughing pass first. So I've already done the roughing pass. I'm going to go to Program, Machining Operations, 3D, and I'm going to go to Parallel Finishing. I'm going to select that same drive region as I had before. I'm going to leave my tool as a 1/4 inch ball mill. If I go to a smaller ball mill, the cuts will be much finer. I'm going to leave my feeds and speeds the same. I'm going to leave my entry and exit the same. Now we have a Z containment, and this is how we can set the Z height. In fact, we can set multiple step downs, so if we do have to do a little deeper cut, we can do it in layers, sort of like we're doing our pocketing. But what you're going to find is the roughing pass really is meant to hog out material and just leave enough for the finishing, but we can do that if we need to. Cut parameters, we have the in tool, out tool in stock, just like we did before. I want to do climb milling. I want to start on the outside, and now we can change the angle of the cuts. So for instance, this is going to go from left to right on the x-axis. If we're cutting wood, we want to go cross grain with this. We can change that angle, do 90 here, and that would go 90 degrees to the piece. Sometimes if you want a very fine finish, it's often to do the cut at one angle and then run the same cut at, say, 0 angle, so they would cross each other, or even at a 45-degree angle, so the cuts would cross each other, so it would take more of that scalloping out. Percent tool diameter. Here is one place where we want to be pretty close to that 25%, just to keep, again, the scalloping out of it. Clearance plane, we're going to leave the same. We're going to hit generate, and now if I go and simulate both of these pieces, so here's my roughing pass, and now here's my parallel finishing. So if I go in and make a new parallel finishing, and this time the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to set the cut angle at 0, generate that, and now go to simulate. Here's my roughing, here's my parallel, and then my parallel finishing at the opposite angle. And so you can really see here how that finish is looking in the parallel finishing going in two different directions. I could do more, but typically at this point I can very easily sand these out. Because this is done with a ball mill, we have this relief angle here at the bottom, which is the radius of the cutter. I could add a curve around the bottom of this, and then profile this edge to get rid of this piece, or I can move the model up and put a spacer in there so that this curvature is down in waste stock.